You thought it'd be easy being irrigation tech. So I got two controllers with the city. And the upper one's got an alarm. Goes in a short finding mode. And then we got one pair of wires coming out. And everything's jumped out to a piece of DIN rail. And then we got all this stuff. It's actually not that bad, the lightning or surge protector. So we're going to break this out one by one. I got a clamp meter with me. And then we're going to do some short finding. So let's do this. One of those days are going to be really hard to hear me. So what we're looking at is the base module. So this should be LED talking to the faceplate, and then this should be the basically changing polarization. That's what my rep told me. So right now, controller's not in any kind of alarm mode. Either is that one. That one's actually this one is auto. My apologies. Isolated everything. And that's what got it out of short finding mode. So now we need to start one by one reattaching two wire paths and see if we can isolate which one's having problems. So there we go. All right, so we got our first two wire path the controller doesn't like. So watch. Okay, see that go out? We should get an alarm light here. Yeah, see the alarm light? So, and we're connected. Okay, so that one's obviously got problems. So, we'll make a note of this, pull it to the side. That's when we have point of interest now. We got our meter set to continuity. So what's gonna happen? So that's one of my bad wires. So that's basically got a short across these two leads. That's no good. So you can't really see the meter screen, but basically what I'm pointing out is that out of the wires that the controller's telling me are suspect that there's a problem, that it immediately cuts the two wire path to, I got two sets, which would be number 4 and number 2, and they are labeled down here, that are basically suspect saying that there's a short between these two wires. That immediately not going to work. This one, number 1, has no short across them, but it cuts a two wire path. That's probably gonna be a different problem we're gonna look into. So there we go. So on an LXD, I can ping a station decoder. So, and this is the address of the decoder. This basically tells me where that thing lives. So if I go out and walk the site and I pull valve box and I find this number, you know, like basically I can line up this address to that physical location. So I'm gonna ping this. Now the problem here is I have my two working wire paths, which would be number 3 and 5. Now see, at 37 milliamps, now I know from experience that that's not enough to turn on a valve. Because normally on a standard solenoid, we would have, you know, 200 or 300 milliamps. So let's ping a different one. This is a loaded question because I've seen this one. Okay, so I have identified 3 valves out of 58 addresses, because if I go past this, there's no more addresses. So now I know what's working. So that now if I know the 3 valves that are working and I come across those, it'll help me find out more. So we're making some progress. So check this out. Clip. Okay, see 0.05, jumping around a little bit, but okay, watch this. Nothing. That, my friends, is a shorted decoder. Chances are I'm using my Pro 800 as a power source to find these, because I'm in overcurrent. If I just try and hook this 2 wire path up to the controller, it goes in short finding mode. So I think what we're going to do, because I'm like a mile from the controllers, we're going to clip, and we're going to check and see if our current continues. If it does, we're going for another one. This is the second shorted decoder I found. But I don't have any way, I forgot my leads, the Jeep, today. So wire path number 2 had 3 bad decoders on them. And they're all FD101s. One was an absolute dead short across the 2 line leads. The other 2 were just drawing higher current than they should. Per Rainbird specs, one of these decoders should draw 0.5 milliamps. 100 of these would draw 50 milliamps. That's their math. Look at one decoder, not bullshitting you. One decoder is drawing somewhere between 54 milliamps by itself. So what would happen is you jump up to 77. It says everything's okay. This is where you have to sometimes ignore stuff, and you have to be able to just use basic troubleshooting tools. Wire path comes in here. Power's going back out that way. This decoder shouldn't be drawing power. I'm using my Pro 800 as a power source, so keep in mind, don't want to get bit. Okay, watch. Alright, so we're on our last wire path. And bad master valve decoder. And let's see, survey says, bear with me here. Okay. See it? Where to go? Up. Across the sensor decoder. So you know what that means. Full sensor decoder is no good. Needs to be replaced. Alright, so you carefully remove your decoder. Now, does the crap continue? Nope. Congratulations. You had 2 bad decoders on your wire path.